Beneath Moscow's glittering skyline, among its cathedrals and the echoes of history, there are whispers of another city. A mirror world built underground. A city that never appears on official maps. For decades, people have claimed that beneath the Russian capital lies a secret metro system known as Metro-2, a place so deep, so secure, that even the most powerful officials barely speak of it aloud. Officially, it doesn't exist, but hidden within government reports, declassified archives, and Cold War rumors, the truth keeps surfacing, piece by piece. Our story begins at the end of the Soviet Union in 1991. As the empire crumbled, intelligence agencies around the world began sifting through stolen documents. Among them, a chilling report from the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency marked Eyes Only. That report described a vast underground network running directly beneath Moscow. It connected the Kremlin, military command centers, and even private airfields, built not for civilians but for evacuation during nuclear war. It had a code name, D6, or, as later reports called it, Metro-2. This network was said to stretch for dozens of kilometers, operating parallel to the public subway system. It was rumored to include living quarters, storage tunnels, and train lines reserved for government officials. According to declassified snippets, it could house up to 15,000 people for several months, the political elite, scientists, and military leaders. If Moscow was ever attacked, they would vanish underground, and the rest of the world would never know. At first, Western analysts dismissed it as Cold War paranoia. But then something strange happened. In the early 1990s, Moscow metro workers began to tell stories of strange sealed tunnels. Doors made of steel, guarded by men with no identification. Entire sections of the subway that no one was allowed to enter. One engineer, interviewed anonymously, said, "We built 4 systems. The public knows one." And that's when journalists started digging. In 1992, Time magazine published a short article referencing a mysterious underground city beneath Moscow. The Kremlin said nothing. But silence, as always, spoke louder than denial. During the late 1930s, as Moscow's metro expanded, Stalin ordered engineers to make every new tunnel bomb-proof, and to leave space for special lines. In wartime, these lines would serve as command bunkers, evacuation routes, and secret shelters. But after the war, those lines continued to grow, quietly, deeper, and under strict military supervision. By the 1950s, the Soviet Ministry of Defense oversaw deep strategic infrastructure projects. One of them was Object Number. Blueprints found in 1994 referenced massive underground facilities in Ramenki, a quiet district in western Moscow. Witnesses claimed it contained dormitories, food storage, even a water reservoir. Everything needed to survive a nuclear attack. Urban explorers who tried to find these tunnels often vanished or were arrested. But every few years, new evidence would surface. A misplaced photograph, a leaked diagram, or an old Soviet worker willing to talk. In 1996, an FSB officer told the Moskovsky Komsomolets newspaper, "Metro-2 exists. It connects the Kremlin to several strategic points. It's still in use." His interview disappeared within hours. Satellite imagery from the 2000s revealed unmarked ventilation shafts near restricted zones. They matched the DIA's tunnel layout almost perfectly. Either someone built a massive fake network just to fool the West, or Metro-2 was real, alive, and operating beneath modern Moscow. Explorers who reached the deepest metro stations reported sealed steel gates, humming faintly, as if electricity still flowed behind them. Fresh air vents suggested active maintenance. A group called Diggers of the Underground Planet released photos in 2007, claiming to show part of the system. Wide tunnels, polished rails, warning signs in military code. Within 48 hours, every photo vanished from Russian websites. The group's leader, known as Marauder, later told a journalist, "When you stand there, you feel a wind rush from below. trains moving somewhere you can't go. Then, in 2013, Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu was asked directly about Metro-2. He smiled and said, "If it exists, it's best not to talk about it." That single line did more than confirm suspicion. It practically admitted it. Because why say if it exists when you could say it doesn't? Over time, researchers pieced together the alleged layout: Kremlin to Ramenki to Vnukovo to airfield, Kremlin to Ostankino to a hidden command center, Kremlin to Sokolniki, destination classified. These weren't just tunnels, they formed an entire parallel Moscow, a fortress beneath the city. Some even believe newer sections were added in the 2000s with advanced trains and encrypted radio systems. Recent satellite scans show faint heat signatures below government districts, suggesting energy use deep underground. Others claim to have heard low-frequency rumblings beneath quiet neighborhoods, the sound of trains that aren't on any schedule. For a system that doesn't exist, it sure behaves like one that does. And yet, Moscow's government maintains its silence. Engineers retire, records disappear, and the public metro continues its daily rhythm. Above, something hidden, something alive. Because maybe Metro-2 isn't just about escape. Maybe it's about control, ensuring that even if the surface falls, the system beneath continues. No one knows who operates it today. Some believe it's run by the Ministry of Defense. Others think it's been automated, waiting for the day it's needed again. But one fact remains. No one who's seen Metro-2 ever forgets what they saw. An underground city without borders. A secret that moves beneath our feet. And maybe, somewhere deep below Moscow's streets, a train still runs. No passengers, no light, just the hum of a system that never stopped. If Metro-2 is real, then Moscow is not one city, it's two.